Classification of algae. In simple word, algae termed as aquatic plant or the plant of water. The study of algae is called phycology. Algae are eukaryotic, unicellular or multicellular simple organisms that are photoautotrophic. When we say photoautotrophic, photo meaning with the help of sunlight or the radiant energy. Autotrophic, which means that they prepare their own food. Distribution, or we can say habitat or the occurrence of algae. Whenever the moisture and sunlight are present, the algae can grow. It can grow on soil and some water, and some algae live on the bottom, which is called benthic algae. Some algae live as a parasite which means they live into the host.
All algae contain chlorophyll A. Some, however, also contain other chlorophylls that differ in minor ways from chlorophyll A. The presence of these additional chlorophylls is characteristic of particular algal groups. One of the key characteristics used in classification of algal groups is the nature of the reserved polymer synthesized as a result of photosynthesis. Algae of the division Chlorophyta produce starch in a form very similar to that of higher plants. By contrast, algae of other groups produce a variety of reserved substances, some polymeric and some as free monomers. I will discuss 6 major algal groups and also their properties. The first one is Chlorophyta, also known as green algae. Morphology, unicellular to leafy. Pigments, chlorophylls A and B. Second one is the Euglenophyta, also known as euglenoids. Morphology, unicellular and flagellated. Pigments, chlorophylls A and B. Next one is the Chrysophyta, common name golden brown algae or the diatoms. Morphology, unicellular, pigments A, C, and E. Next we have the Phaeophyta, also known as the brown algae. Morphology, filamentous to leafy, occasionally massive and plant-like. Pigments, chlorophylls A and C, and xanthophylls. Fifth one, we have the Phyrophyta, also known as the dinoflagellates. Morphology, unicellular and flagellated. Pigments, chlorophylls A and C. Lastly, we have the Rhodophyta, also known as the red algae. Morphology, unicellular, filamentous to leafy. Pigments, chlorophylls A and D, phycocyanin and phycoerythrin.
Algae reproduction. Algae reproduce by sexual and asexual methods. A sexual method of reproduction includes the fragmentation, spore formation, binary fusion that is mostly found in algae. Sexual mode of reproduction mostly found in the higher algae. When we say higher algae, it means they reproduce by the fusion of gametes. If we talk about the nutrition of algae, algae are mostly phototrophic, where they prepare their own food with the help of sunlight. The algae use CO2 as a source of carbon and energy. They are chemoheterotrophic, which means they make use of organic compound as a sole source of carbon.
The importance of algae is that algae are the most important photosynthesizing organisms on Earth. They capture more of the sun's energy and produce more oxygen than all plants combined. So they form the foundation of the most aquatic food webs which support an abundance of animals. So even though algae are important, there's also they can also harm livings. Harmful algal blooms are the rapid growth of algae or cyanobacteria that can cause harm to people, animals, and local ecology. Harmful algae or cyanobacteria can look like a foam, scum, paint, or mats on the surface of the water and can be different in colors. So these blooms can produce toxins that make people and animals sick. So blooms occur in fresh water like rivers and lakes, in salt water such as oceans and bays.